Hey guys, what's up, guys and gals? How are you? What I wanted to talk about today is a few things, and I was going to use this clip. I wanted to go over a few things about this clip here that I shared. I wanted to share some of my audio really briefly with you, and I wanted to talk about my theory that I've been developing. There's many theories in the field of Sasquatch here. You know, a well-known one, for example, is the autistic savant theory by Christopher Noel. While it's a great theory, everybody does have their own opinion from what they experience, and that's exactly what I want to share. What I did is I actually, you know, I blog, and I shared my blog on my page, WordPress. So when you're done watching this video, you can go to Ryan Reading on Facebook and go ahead and just check out my blog and my thoughts. Basically, let me get started with this. It's the paranoid survival Sasquatch theory. And paranoid, if one is to break that down, it is the pre-American roots and native aviation interaction discipline. Basically, what I'm trying to say is they have pre-American roots. They have roots prior to us. They've been here for a really long time. Based on evolution, if we're working strictly off of that, they've been here for a long time, guys. They've had to evolve over a really long time. Native aviation interaction discipline. Basically, aviation is in essence to avoid, and what they do is we're native, so they have been avoiding us, but the reason they avoid us or any interaction with us is because they're disciplined to that, and the reason that is because of survival. Everything they do is for survival, guys. It's not because it's for fun, in my belief, or they are autistic, or they can see the future, or anything like that. But what they do is for survival. And what I'm going to do is I'll run through this video just a little bit to show you some things that I'm talking about. Here we go. Now, if you watch right here, this void will turn black, and you'll catch something peeking right here. Because I have that feeling. Now if you watch, you'll see one peeking right there. Now why is it peeking? Because it doesn't want to be seen. It looks like it's actually in standing format, but in this I tell people 90% of the time they're not standing. We're out in the woods beating the bush, and we're looking for something that's upright, walking around, and that's just not the case. 90% of the time they're on the ground, not standing. They're sitting by the bases of the trees, they're in the cover in the bush, because let's face it, guys, if I was 7, 8, 10 feet tall, the best way to hide is to lower myself you know, into a smaller figure, you know, toward the ground, lower, where I can hide. You know, I believe there are reasons that they get up and walk, possibly to hunt or flee from humans. Maybe they're migrating, which we're trying to figure out. Maybe they're just, you know, up and about to counteract what humans do, and I'll show that later. If they're up and about, they're building structures or going for water, but each thing they do, each thing I just mentioned is for survival, especially structures, because I don't believe that they're wasting time just building structures for no reason. It's for a particular reason. Whether it's say, hey, I live here, hey, go this direction, it's their mapping system is what I believe. Alright, let's go back to this. See the movement back there, guys? There's, watch, look at it. You can almost watch its hand. Trying to crawl on the ground. Seen that? Its hand left his mouth. Wow, did you see its hand leave its mouth? Now, some would say, well, maybe it was eating. And you know, a bear doesn't do that, guys. That doesn't look like a bear to me. So, was that sign language? Was that saying, you know, is that saying some type of, hey, somebody's here or don't talk. We don't know, but that is a unique capture in itself. Let's keep going.
Right there, guys. See, it's all black now, and it'll clear up. Gone. See it? Now that gone.
Now, do you see how they use the trees for cover? That's because it's a survival technique. It may be instinctual, but they are intelligent also. I think there's a great balance between everything that they do, and what they do. It's all done for a reason, guys. It's all done for survival.
Now watch. Over in here.
Now over in here, you'll see a big arm.
Watch him stand up.
See that arm? MK Davis and Tri-Diver actually did recreations. You can go to probably their pages and check it out, of the subjects also. See that arm grabbing that tree? See him stand up?
He came up from behind a tree. See his face?
The reason he came up there, guys, is because he wanted to observe. He needed to see. He heard something and he needed to see what was going on. They observe you. They need to know if they need to flee. Like I was saying earlier, the reason he got on his feet is to basically counteract what humans are doing. He had to get up there and visually see me, or see what was going on, to see if I was a threat or if he was going to be seen. It's all for survival. And as you hear in this clip, when I go to move forward and I'm walking, you know, toward the camera in his direction, that's when he flees.
We're looking right there, guys. You can rewind it. We were looking right there. See him stand up now? See him looking and peeking, how he's tilted? Get ready, he's going to take off, guys.
I hope you guys were able to see that. And if you look how wide that space is back there that he was taking up, that was a big individual, guys. At some point we're going to get some people out here to do a good recreation, and attempt to find, I know the location, but to attempt to find this exact spot, to get some height reference and width reference and all that stuff. But it's a paranoid survival. That's where I came up with my Sasquatch theory. So what's been learned? They're at the bottom of the trees. They're not walking unless they have to get away really fast, like my footage or Freeman footage, or Patty footage, or Marble Mountain footage. But if you also take a look, they are all these footages are taken more in the daytime. This nocturnal idea that we have of going out at night to hunt them, for lack of a better word, it may not be correct. So don't put yourself into that box. I mean, you're limiting your sight to a little screen which can only see a few hundred yards into the woods, and then if you do get it on FLIR or something like that, it's usually blobby, or you can't really make it out. But all the clear definitive evidence has come in the daytime hours. The best time hours, the best daytime hours, I believe, are pre-dawn and pre-sunset. Your 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock. Is it for hunting? Is it for them to get into strategic locations? Is it, you know, when they're in their perfect core environment? We don't know, but we're trying to figure that out. But if you look across the board, most good sightings are in the daytime. So if you do get a chance, you know, go ahead and read my my blog. It's going to be shared on my page. It's the Paranoid Survival Sasquatch Theory. It stands for Pre-American Roots and Native Aviation Interaction Discipline. Because guys, if they were not so disciplined, if Sasquatch was not so disciplined, they would have been discovered by now, guys. It's plain and simple. That's a fact. The structures they build and everything that they do to survive and be so elusive has to be for survival on a daily basis, guys. It's amazing to me. Now what I wanted to share with you is my SoundCloud page. This is where we upload some of our audio, guys. A lot of things that we catch in the woods. We have quite a few tracks listed on here. Some of the more recent tracks, let me get to them, like this long sequence, or if this is not language, I don't know what it is or what is. You can hear an individual screaming, and then, you know, right about up in here you can hear a second individual go ooh ooh, and then it proceeds to say something. It sounds like some type of ancient or Indian dialect. We've actually sent it off to a few linguistic people, and they were able to find what is known as phenoms in these vocals. And I guess phenoms, whatever they are, because I'm not too keen on them, they are suggestive of language. It's just the way it's broken down. So that's something that's interesting that people should look into. You know, we're also catching other things which, you know, we don't know if it is paranormal or not. We just put it out there for you to hear it. There are a few ones here. Great ape, you hear where it'll go whoop whoop whoop. It'll make the standard gorilla sounds. Here. Now guys, kind of what I want to show as I was going through it, this is where we figure we captured a baby Bigfoot in a tree, possibly. He is walking. I know you've seen some of this, but I figured I'd point it out because I'm talking about my theory and things that they do and so on and so forth. You'll see a baby up in a tree, and it looks like it's splayed from tree to tree. And then you could see it cut over and hug one tree. And you can see the arms and legs, and it's fairly a big size subject. Our porcupines and other animals aren't that big. You could clearly see arms and legs on this subject. It's actually coming up here pretty soon. Right after this tree, I believe. Just past it. Right there, guys. That's an arm and legs. Now if you watch this subject right there, its arm is on that tree, and it's going to go to this tree, and it almost looks like it wraps around and slides a little bit. Slow it down if you need to. Did you see that? Pretty amazing, huh? Well, we thought so too. So, either way, why did it do that? Why would it go from tree to tree and hide? Because it's about survival, guys. That was my whole point. Everything they do is for survival. The way they hunt, flee from humans, possibly migrate, everything they do, build structures. It's all interweaved. It's all it's their discipline, guys. As far as migration, we are looking into doing an interactive map. What I want to accomplish is having a map that is kind of like Google Earth, where you zoom in and you see the little photograph pictures, and you can click and say, oh, somebody was there and took a photo of the area. Well, what I wanted it strictly to be, this is what we're attempting to work on, is sightings across America that people have gotten good evidence or photographs of. What we want to do is implement it so you can click on it. Click it, let's say Alabama. You click it, so-and-so shared their photo of the Sasquatch that they caught, the time of day, location, you know, everything, temperature, so on and so forth. That picture comes up and you can see it. What that will give us is a way to test a theory. So we'll start mapping these all over the place, all over the United States, where people can interactively look at it and say, hey, September 17th, somebody in Georgia had a sighting in this location. Let's go there and test it, and let's see. Let's go spend a week. And if they go there and spend a week and have an interaction or an encounter or something happen, that could possibly mean that is a migration travel pattern from one area to another. And hopefully they will all coincide and link up, and these sightings will fall into what are known as like trails or funnels or strict migratory paths that aren't that differentiating, is the best way to say it. And hopefully we can start putting this together, because that would be awesome if we were able to prove this, guys, to show migration. We could basically set up our own ambush and wait for them, if you want to say that, use ambush as the word. But we would definitely wait for them and have all our evidence or all our audio ready to catch our evidence, all our cameras and so on and so forth, and we would be testing our theory. You know, it doesn't have to be that exact location, but very close to or nearby, maybe with even a few hundred yards of the woods, or wherever the sighting had taken place. So if we start implementing that into an interactive map across the board, we've been wanting to do this for a few months now. That would be key. I think that would be a great idea. I know the BFRO does have a map somewhat like that. It's not really a map, it's kind of like a log of all of the sightings that have been rendered to them, and so on and so forth. But this would actually be an interactive map. You would have to pay for it, something like, you know, $5 or something, where somebody could go, log in, click, see what's what, where's where, who, what, where, when, why, and how, and they can go test that for themselves on specific dates and locations and everything else. That is our goal. That's another goal. We have many goals, and we're trying to achieve a lot at one time, which is very hard, but we'll get there. Like I tell people, just remain positive, you know, remain steadfast, keep going, don't give up, never give up. It doesn't matter. This species is real, guys. I just want you to understand what we are trying to do. So if you get a chance, please go read my little blog post for my theory. I really think and I believe, guys, that everything they do is based on survival. It's not because they're bored. You know, everybody has their own idea and opinions, which are great, and I don't knock anybody for that. But I believe it's more for survival, guys. That would be my best guess, because there's no way that they've lived and evolved for so many thousands of years alongside of us, and so on and so forth, if it wasn't a paranoid survival, guys. Alright, till next time, Western New York Bigfoot out.